Majo, John, Nad, and Juanito in the doorway of my tiny house in Acapulco, Mexico. Peace reigns this morning in my patio, my front yard, on a Saturday morning. And I want to dispel one more U.S. myth about Mexico and Mexicans. I've been here 2 years now and have a lot of data. Donald Trump, there's lots of data about him as a racist, how much he genuinely hates black people and genuinely hates Latinos, likes to say about them, those others, brown people, that they pop babies out every time you turn around, and if we let them in the door, they're just going to have floods of kids. My experience after 2 years in Mexico is that Mexicans do not have large families. They are technically, a lot of them, Catholic, 70 to 90%. It's hard to get good statistics, but functionally not. Much more of them are Pentecostalists, which tends to be a lot more fun. Think black churches or New Orleans churches, lots of music and clapping and singing, lots more fun. Or Jehovah's Witness, or just don't go to church. Spiritual. Most Mexicans are deeply spiritual and will very commonly say, when you ask them, how are you? They'll say, muy bien, I'm good. Gracias a Dios, they give credit to God. So deeply spiritual, but not so much religious necessarily. And not popping out lots of babies. The families I know here in Acapulco, my landlord Marcos has one daughter. Edmundo, who I know from the martial arts group, has one daughter. Raul and Marisol next door have a daughter and a son. My friends in El Diamante, where I spent the summer of 23, that large extended family of 3 nuclear families, each of the nuclear families has 1 or 2 kids. One, I think the grandma has 3 kids. And my Irish family we had 2, but then we added 5. The Irish had big families and were practicing Catholics. So just not true. One more myth about Mexico, that they have so many kids. And because they have small families in general, small number of kids, and lots of relatives around, aunts and uncles, grandparents, each kid gets smothered with love. If a child wants to talk, there's somebody who's going to listen. Walking down the street, there's going to be somebody, often an older brother or sister, who's going to hold their hand and dote on them. So let go of that myth, folks.